I've already alluded to this video in this short that I did a couple of weeks ago. It's the Coca-Cola company versus PepsiCo, the financial battle of the century. Let's see who of the beverage giants is better than the other. First of all, let me just say that this is not investment advice. You should do your own research. Today is just going to be a step-by-step guide on how to prepare and read and visualize data for financial analysis. This video is a follow-up to a webinar that we just did about financial analysis in the biggest Fortune 500 companies. The webinar goes in detail on how to scrape financial data from the Wall Street Journal, then how to create a Power BI report, and in the end, visualize and interpret the financial data. If you want to check the whole webinar out, the link is going to be in the description below. Now, before we go into the numbers, subscribe and hit the like button, and be sure to click the notification bell never to miss our financial analysis and breakdowns in the future. Now let's get to it. So here we have the P&L statements, and I know they look a little bit different than what you're used to. You're used to tables, but these P&Ls were visualized by Zebra BI Visuals. And Zebra BI Visuals allow us to transform a simple data table into something that actually visualizes our data. Here you can see that we can visualize our financial data with a vertical waterfall chart, which is the best one to use if you're trying to understand financials. With this kind of visualization, everybody will understand exactly what's going on. You can understand what revenues mean when they go up, and you understand costs because they go down. And in the end result is pretty much evident. So it would be clear for anyone to understand exactly how we got from revenues down to our net income. And don't worry, I will add the link for you to download this PBIX file and the visualizations down in the link below. Now for the analysis. So looking at the visualizations, Zebra BI also scales the charts. So we can see that PepsiCo has more than double the amount of revenue that the Coca-Cola company has. But if we move down a little bit deeper, we can see that net income is actually higher on the Coca-Cola side. Now, why is that? Well, it's pretty easy to interpret if we understand this visualization, which is pretty easy, and we know just a little bit more about both companies. So PepsiCo has a more diverse product line. So they don't only deal with beverages, but they also have snacks. Think of Doritos, Quaker Oats, and Lay's chips, let's say, for example. So this can drive up cost of goods sold and requires a large amount of workforce and machinery to keep the operations going, which can also, and as we can see on the graph it does, also mean a higher SG&A cost. And although the Coca-Cola company was able to have a higher net income, their net income actually decreased looking at previous year numbers, and PepsiCo actually managed to increase their net income by around 17%. So I think we have to give the W here to PepsiCo. Now let's look at some 3-year trends. Looking at gross profit, I think it's pretty clear that PepsiCo is again the winner. Not only is their gross profit about 2 times the size of the Coca-Cola companies, but they were also able to increase their gross profit through all 3 years that we were looking at. And the Coca-Cola company had some troubling times in 2020. I thought inventory turnover would also be a pretty cool KPI to look at, since PepsiCo doesn't only deal with beverages like we said before. And looking at the graphs, we can see that PepsiCo's pretty much stays around 7. However, it did decrease around 9% since previous year. So that's pretty concerning. On the other hand, the Coca-Cola companies is hovering around 4, but seems to be a lot more stable. Now let's shift our focus to cash flow statements. Cash flow is crucial as it shows the actual cash brought in and utilized by the companies. Both companies show a positive operating cash flow at around 11 billion. Both companies show a decrease from previous year. However, the Coca-Cola company's decrease is a lot higher, showing at around 13% decrease, mostly due to accounts payable. Now, saying this, both companies seem to be very healthy, looking very healthy and having very healthy cash flow, and seem to be managing their day-to-day operations pretty well. So to sum everything up, PepsiCo and the Coca-Cola company are both giants in the beverage field, and their financials definitely show this, especially since we were talking in billions for most of this video. That's something that we just can't deny. And if you guys want to do this financial analysis yourself, or maybe do some other KPIs, this PBIX file will be linked in the description below. So guys, thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, definitely check out the full-length webinar. It's right here on our YouTube channel. And if you want to visualize your financial data like a pro, definitely download Zebra BI for Power BI down in the description below. And if you want to learn how to interpret all your data and be an awesome financial data wizard, then keep scrolling through our channel and watch something else. I'll see you guys soon.